right, so we're at Gamescom 2025 and I'm joined by Rasmus. Thank you so much for taking the time to speak with me about this exciting little project we've got going on here.
Absolutely.
007 First Light. You are the franchise art director, so we can take it that you're kind of responsible for the look of the new Bond.
Partly responsible, I would
partly
say.
responsible.
You can imagine that that crafting a new Bond is quite an undertaking, and you can imagine that we, and as well as our partners, have spent a lot of time, refining what we want from him, and the sort of the vibe you get from him. Absolutely.
Yeah. How exciting was that moment when you heard you're gonna work on a new Bond game?
Yeah, I was fortunate enough to be part of the journey from the start in doing the pitch, where let's say we had a confidence that we might be able to pull something unique off for the notion of what Bond could be in games, and that was gloriously like coming home. However, with a certain weight of we better do this right on our shoulders. So yeah, lots of emotions, but exciting ones for sure.
Yeah, have you ever I guess the movies were of course an inspiration for the game, but is there like a specific era of Bond that you're looking at for First Light?
Well, the weight we put on our own shoulders really told us that we needed to look far and wide, which means we need to zoom out on the entire franchise. So, games, movies, and all the way, of course, back to Fleming's books. It was really important for us to analyze the character, as the first move, really understand what is he about and who is he. And so we looked across the spectrum of the different Bonds. Of course, landed on specific descriptions from Fleming, mainly him being not traditionally handsome, which we take to mean that he's got some sort of je ne sais quoi beyond that. His scar, obviously, and of course we know he's a man of action, right? He gets the job done regardless of consequences, and he has his dry British wit. So when we zoomed out, those were the traits that we really felt was core to him, and those were the traits we focused on when trying to deliver on this particular portrayal of him, made specifically for the gamers, of course.
Yeah, is there like a specific reason? Was that the specific reason why you chose not to go with an actor or like one of the previous Bond looks?
I feel like in many respects, riffing too much on what has come before would make it feel a little bit like a pastiche or something like that, or a study maybe. And of course, in some respects, our Bond is a study of what it means to be Bond, of course. But at the same time, I feel like this was a natural decision for us because it felt like the right thing to do and a natural thing to do for us. So yeah, I think this is the choice that we made, and it was so clear to us that I don't think we ever questioned it.
Yeah, so I just saw the gameplay demo, the gameplay reveal of First Light, and there are so many factors to this. So to me, there are like three core pillars that I saw. There's the Bond action, the big action set pieces. There's the stealth, the espionage, and then there's the car chases as well. Which element did you find like most challenging to get right for this particular game?
Yeah, I'm happy that you see these things because of course we spent a lot of time on that. From a creative, from a gameplay point of view, we really focused on creative approach because Bond, of course, has options available to him, and if he doesn't, he will make them, right? So it's important that you have this wide area of gameplay available to you, from social manipulation, charming, do a little slip past unnoticed, all the way through, of course, gadget use, which of course is a fun and wonderful thing to play with, all the way through hand-to-hand combat and very refined shooting that we spend a lot of time refining, all the way through car chases. So absolutely the width and absolutely the creative approach that you should have. That means that you will always be front foot. That was really important to us.
Yeah, and certain sections are more open and others are more linear. The car chases, of course, you have to chase the one car. I mean, you can't go into like a big open world. How do you choose which parts of a story like this are going to be like a linear path and which ones are the more open areas?
It's a mix of us having ideas for areas we would like to visit. For instance, we want to go to a chess tournament in the Slovakian mountains at an old chateau. And the next one is really the story telling us what it needs. So a fun combination of ideas that we have in our guts, we bring them to life, and then the area will talk to us, and the story will talk to us as well. So obviously, 009 would need to get away. Well, what's next then? It tells us what it needs, right? And so a fun interplay of these forces where we both get to decide what the project should be, but the project will also tell us what it needs.
Yeah. So the first gameplay demonstration gave us some hints about the story. You already mentioned 009. He's a rogue agent. You need to chase him down. That's one of Bond's first mission. What caught my eye during the beginning actually was that the other characters were getting a lot of attention as well. Like, you need to avoid them because Bond doesn't, he goes rogue a little bit himself. He just goes after, he sees something suspicious and he just goes after it. Is like the squad, including like Moneypenny and M and Q, are those like more important? Are they going to play a bigger role than in what you see in most Bond properties, aka the movies? They're
super important for Bond because, in many respects, they help form him, and it's part of the story that we've crafted for you that you get to know some of the reasons why, and how they inform some of Bond's traits, some of the Bond traits that you might be familiar with. And it was a wonderful opportunity for us to also explore a little bit what happened before Bond was, as we know him, at least from the past, more of a lone wolf maybe. So a wonderful opportunity to really explore that and go on adventures with these characters as well. Yeah.
Yeah. What parts of the legacy excite you most about Bond and getting to work on it?
Oh, that's a huge question. I mean, there's so many things because, of course, Bond is not only an action set piece. When I was a kid, watching Dalton, for instance, License to Kill, I knew it was going to be a big blast, and certainly it was. And then, both from the 60s, but also from the Craig era, it was very aesthetic in many respects, with the work of Ken Adam, for instance, and cinematography and things like that. So it has always had that duality of being, on the one hand, a cultured, elegant, cool statement, but at the same time a great time, a good time, a romp, and an adventure. And that combination means that there's so many. It has so many. How we say this in Danish? It has so many piano keys to play on, and it's important for us to play on all those keys as well.
Yeah, because IO Interactive, of course, is well known for the Hitman franchise. You guys been working on for the past, what is it, almost 9 years, I think, since Hitman Episode 1 came out. When
it's all a blur.
Yeah, it's all like a big blur. Of course, you get to implement some of those, expertises you've built up, especially within like the more open levels. But how was it for you to kind of expand and move away from Agent 47 4-bit?
Yeah, good question. I mean, obviously, a huge, exciting undertaking because doing new things is fun and exciting. However, when you have this amount of ambition that we do for Bond and for ourselves in terms of quality, it's daunting, right? So we've certainly had to hire specialty people to be able to lift this task with us and really grow the engine to be capable of doing so, be it cinematics, facial animation capture, vehicle dynamics, hand-to-hand combat, refined gunplay, mechanics and the feel of that stuff. It's really a subtle craft, So we've certainly had to grow a lot, and it's been very challenging and very exciting. As you know, climbing a mountain is fun because it's difficult, right? So it has felt like we've had to grow a lot, and it's been a great challenge for us to do that. But also, it comes with great joy to finally be able to show you guys what we've been doing and how good it feels. Well, we're not quite there yet, where you have played it, but that's
but
really
been
the goal.
So one of the little moments from the gameplay demonstration that I found hilarious, but also very Bond, is he has an empty gun and he just throws it at someone. What's your favorite little
did
moment?
Did you see the weapon grab where he
kicks
the gun
he
up
just kicks
himself?
it up and
it's
equips
so cool.
it. Yeah.
So the fun thing about this is when you do a third-person game, you have a unique opportunity to really get a sense of the character through his embodied behavior, and not just quips. That's also great. It's good time to hang out with Bond here, but to see the little details that you get to experience, feeling like him. So I think exactly these things, how he interacts with the world and how he uses his width of accessible tools, but specifically how it affects the world, right? So close hand-to-hand combat and weapons and things like that. So that little flair of that je ne sais quoi of charm and confidence has been amazing to work on.
How has it been to work with Amazon on this project? Because they are now the new shepherds of Bond. They took over at least the movie license. You're working together on this. Are they just as excited, but also kind of nervous because this is the first Bond project coming up with their name on it?
I mean, nervous is a emotionally laden word. I would say we're all trying really hard to discuss and develop and ensure that this feels good for you guys, the consumers, and that means that we have we work with the MGM Amazon since the beginning, and it's been we've taken it very seriously, and that means we try hard, and you say nervous. I would say it's just hard work to make sure that you have the great discussions that are needed to make sure that you make the right choices. And so that's really what it comes down to when you craft a big creative experience. It's a lot of discussion, a lot of development, and a lot of reviewing what's happening, a lot of reviewing the opportunities, right? What is just beyond reach? Should we go for it? These things, right? So again, like we talked about before, all the new things that we've crafted into this game experience, rather than what we have been used to, has really been part of that journey. And I think all of us and all of our partners is on the same journey with us. And it's all about delivering First Light being the best Bond experience it possibly can be.
Yeah. Okay. So final question. There's no release date yet. We don't know when we're gonna get.
26 is what we say so far.
2026. What will your experience be once the game has gone gold or launches? What do you think that will be? Well,
I think this is a wonderful little pre-taster for that. And I mean, having worked incredibly hard on the project, it's just such a wonderful feeling to be able to see you come out of the show and you go like, yeah, and I go, really? That's amazing. So I would hope for more of the same. I would hope that the tremendous weight we put on our own shoulders maybe can come down a little bit, and we can go, we did this. So climbing that mountain, that ambitious golden mountain that we've had in front of us, the joy of standing up there, that would really be what I hope to achieve. But of course, witnessed through your eyes, obviously.
Awesome. Thank you so much.
Thank you.